Hey, welcome to the Frank&Stein Sample Resurrector demo. It's still in beta, so there's gonna be little things to fix. But first, let's listen how 8 Frank&Stein instances with 8 different samples sound together. And I'm gonna turn the mic off because there's some noise in the background. So Frank&Stein also has a bypass knob here. So I'm gonna turn it up and down so you can hear the difference what it is generating. So let's actually look a bit closer at one instance of Frank&Stein. It says here drop drum sample here, and I have 909 kick, and I've loaded it in now. So you can hear it's doing something already. Let's put it to super extreme. So now we really hear what it's actually doing, and also visually, like the drift is moving the frequencies up and down, and movement is lowering them and highering them all randomly. When it was processed, it saw that there are 6 modes. Those are like layers in the FFT. I would never use it at this much movement and drift, most of the time around 0.3. And also important to note is that the drift fades are on. If I turn them off and put it very extreme, you can hear there's a lot of stuff going on, and actually I don't really like that, so I keep the drift fades on. So right from the start, like there's a decay happening, but the decay is happening on the drift and movement. So if I put them back to around 0.3 again, drift fades on. You hear that the kick is a bit different every time, but yeah, it does have a bit of that like randomness in it. Also there's frag mode adjust, so this compensates so that lower frequencies move a bit the same as higher frequencies. So of course, like going from 5 kilohertz to 5.2 kilohertz is maybe something in the engine that can sound nice, but going from 100 to 120 hertz is a huge difference. So this frag mode adjust compensates a bit for this. That makes kicks sound a bit more tight, and maybe you can even increase the drift movement a little bit. There's also original transient. So now place the original transient of the sample, and then in the 2 milliseconds time crossfades to the resynthesis. Can be nice. There is tape and drum machine tune. So now in tape mode, it's like a tape machine. If you slow it down, the pitch goes down. If you speed it up, the pitch goes up. In drum machine mode, the pitch goes down, but the decay stays the same. So a bit like a real drum computer. There's also tune drift, very extreme. This makes so if I put it to 5%, then the tune moves a little bit. Can be nice to experiment with. Sample rate, nice effect, maybe more as a like expressive effect during playback. So yeah, there's a lot more stuff that we can do here. Let's put it back to full. So you have mono and you have poly. So that is like I think you can play 8 samples at once, but most of the time, actually, in this case, like I use it in mono mode. There is stereo, and we can put the bass mono, so now you hear some stereo, and that is actually, it resynthesizes the sample twice, and one is for the left channel, one is for the right channel, but we can keep the bass mono. Maybe for a kick not so necessary. There's also drift mode and scramble mode. So in drift mode it's constantly moving, and in scramble mode it happens every time a note is being played. Yeah, you can check a bit like which you prefer more. So yeah, there's also a nice transient designer. To boost it a little bit, maybe if it's necessary. And the rest, like snappy tone and noise level, I use those more for like snares and hi-hats, so you can add a little bit of extra noise. And snappy, if you turn it up, it's gonna focus more on the noise. Let's actually load a 909 snare drum. So if you turn snappy up, it's gonna be a bit more noisy. You turn it down, it's focused more on the resonating parts of the sound. You can also dry wet this a bit. And there's tone, which actually adds a bit of decay. Really can make a snare drum come alive. If you want to add a bit of noise, you can do that according to the amplitude envelope or to the noise envelope. So if it detects there's noise in the sample, it's gonna put more noise when there is noise. And amplitude envelope is just when there is sound, there's gonna be added noise. So yeah, in a nutshell, that is Frank&Stein, the Sample Resurrector. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Like and subscribe. If you have any ideas or any errors, yeah, it's still in beta mode, still working on it, improving it. So yeah, very happy to hear feedback. Yeah, let me know what you think.